Hello guys, welcome back. So I'm feeling a million times better. Cliff Notes version of this video, so we're not here for 20 minutes, is basically all this cancel culture stuff was coming up, and I wondered why, and Loki said, you let yourself be a victim of cancel culture. And I said, that only happens to famous people. No, it happens to anyone, anytime someone has an issue with anything you've said or done or have. It can happen to you, it can happen to me, and it happened to me. And he pointed out all the times it's happened on the channel. And he pointed out, we went through all the rigmarole, for example, to get a second VR headset. As you guys been with the channel for a while know, mine broke. I couldn't afford it in the first place. My uncle insisted I get it. Mine broke. I had to go through all this rigmarole to get a second set, and I wasn't even playing with it because, I had every excuse under the sun, and some were legitimate. The rig is older, and, it's a refurbished headset, and two of my sensors are dead. But it was really because everybody was making me feel, not all of you guys, but a lot of people were making me feel guilty because they didn't have one, so I couldn't either. Basically, cancel culture isn't just about making people feel guilty about stuff, though that's bad enough. It's about then actively trying to destroy it, trying to actively take it away from them. So there were people that didn't want me to have VR because they didn't have it, or there were people that didn't want cooking, videos on the channel because they weren't doing it, or whatever, they had going on in their headspace. And you can watch all sorts of videos about what it does to people because they go to the point where they try to destroy people's careers, and they'll do it on a small scale too. Like if you are a small business owner and you live in a tiny town nobody said any knows exist even, and you said something nasty on Facebook like 20 years ago, people can find it, blow it up, it'll go viral, and all of a sudden you'll be having your business shut down. You'll be, looking for employment because you did something wrong 20 years ago. That's what cancel culture looks like. Cancel culture never forgives, never forgets, and wants the total destruction of a person. And Loki said, no, we're not having that on this channel. If you want to play VR, play VR, because he liked it. He did poltergeist level activity today to get me up, and I realize now it was a metaphor for shaking me up and waking me up, and that's why all the cancel culture videos popped into my feed lately, and why all the videos about guilt popped into my feed. Should never let anyone make you feel guilty for what you have. It's not going to magically give it to them. Like, say you sit down to have a steak dinner, and you're having steak dinner, and you're talking to someone, and someone gets really nasty about, well, there are people halfway around the road that can't have a steak dinner. Don't let people do that to you. Have your steak dinner, enjoy it. There are millions of apps where you can passively, just by looking around the internet now, make sure those people halfway around the world have food. So, they're bullies. People that engage in this. They're bullies. They love to be mean. They love to pick on other people. They love to ruin people's day. They can't stand seeing someone have something they don't think they deserve, and they make a snap judgment about the person. They don't know anything about their life. They don't know anything about their struggles in life. They make a snap decision. They decide you're not allowed to have that. You can't have that career. You can't have that steak dinner. You can't have that, VR headset. You can't have, say, a singing career or whatever because you did something bad once, or you did two bad things in your whole entire lifetime. And they act like they've never done anything bad ever, which, if they're actually serving Loki, he will bring up to them after, well, all the bad things they have done. So, it was a reminder from Loki that cancel culture doesn't work. It's extremely toxic, it's extremely abusive, and it's the equivalent of us all going and getting torches and pitchforks and going and, breaking into someone's house and trying to kill them because you're trying to destroy everything about that person. Cancel culture is not about the behavior, just to be clear. It's not about you think somebody's showing off. It's not about you think someone made a mistake during this lockdown or something else. And there's a huge difference between saying, hey, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have went out during a lockdown. But I understand you're only human. It's then going on to try to destroy the person utterly, to try to get them to lose their job, to lose any contacts, and to get blacklisted. So, and I'm losing my voice, I'm a little hoarse, but Loki actually made me feel a million times better. He drugged me into VR because remember, we had VR to share with you guys because we're aware people don't have VR and we wanted to share it with you and be nice, but there are always going to be mean people out there. So he drugged me into VR, And we had 6 drop boxes waiting for us, which is a phenomenal number. So I could tell it was Loki and Odin because they're the two that got me off today trying to make a point. And we went to the island, and we went to the island I've had you guys on a million times. And a boar, huge boar, walked right up to me and wanted his head scritchies. So we gave him his head scritchies, and then we ran around the island. And I did it, and I felt pretty good. And I could feel myself relax. And I could feel some of my anxiety go away, some of my stress, and some of my pain go away. And yeah, there was a period where it kind of kicked back up because I was thinking of how mean, these people are when they come after you. But, let it go. They have to live with being like that. I know it hurts when you're the recipient of cancel culture, when someone is nasty and says, "Well, not everyone can have," and check your privilege. And we've all used expressions like that because we're frustrated, but don't talk to people like that. If somebody's being obnoxious and waving something in your face, ignore them. Ignore them. If they're doing it to be obnoxious and wave it in your face, they'll stop after a while because they're not getting attention. If that's just their personality and they're excited and they're trying to share it with you, then, be happy for them. I'm actually happy that, the celebrity I was complaining about to the guys the other day, I'm actually happy somebody's enjoying life in all this middle of all this pandemic. And she might not be making the wisest choices, but she truly saw nothing wrong with what she did because the restaurant was open. She went out to a restaurant for her birthday. The restaurant was open. She didn't, break into the restaurant. None of her friends thought to say, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't do this." They were celebrating because the shots have rolled out in the UK. So, wow. But the whole internet has jumped on this poor girl, and they want, I don't even know what she does for a living. They want her career destroyed forever because she made 2 bad judgments. She's young. That's the age to do it at. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, Loki was just done with it. He's done with cancel culture because he says, "You're not doing VR, and you're not cooking for these people, and you're not doing all this other stuff. Like, we made beans and rice. We should have showed you guys how to make beans and rice." But I'm like, I just, I started to feel all this tension of every time I was doing something like a VR or cook for you guys or something, somebody always had to open up their mouth and say something nasty. He said, "We're just going to start deleting people." So I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see beans and rice, but I'm assuming you know how to make beans and rice. I mean, that was the first thing I learned how to cook. And, so if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.